She kindly calls me the voice of today's Tea Party patriots and the embodiment of America's grassroots activists. Let me return the kindness and say, truthfully, no candidate in this race for the GOP nomination better speaks to the hearts and minds of the Tea Party faithful than our friend Congresswoman Michele Bachmann. She's back with us on the Scott Hennen Show. How are you?
Well, I am great. I thought you were going to say I am the chair of the Common Sense Caucus. That's one of my favorite appellations. So I'm very glad to be on your show, Scott.
Well, it's another one of the many accolades you have. And now author, along with me, Core of Conviction, my story coming out. Congrats.
Yay, very good. I'm very excited to hear it.
Oh, fantastic. Well, listen, let's talk about what's happening in this race right now. First of all, a lot of folks are counting you out. Even longtime Michele Bachmann supporters and fans. Are they doing so at their own peril here?
Well, goodness, I don't know why they would say that, because we have an incredible font of response here in Iowa, a tremendous amount of support. I am working harder than ever, and every night I am somewhere speaking, and all day, and we've just had tremendous numbers of people coming forward. We're announcing new people on our staff, and we're expanding all the time, so we are in full-on mode, and we are at T-minus less than 60 days and counting. And, of course, there's a lot of dirty political tricks that come out, because other candidates are trying to one-up, and those kind of things can happen. That's not what I'm focused on. I'm focused on getting our positive pro-growth message out, because Obama has to be a one-term president, and he will. He has his lowest public approval rating. I just saw he's at 43%, and fewer people support Obamacare than ever before. He's lost more support with women than ever before. He's going down as a president, I have no doubt. But now the question is, are we going to settle? Who will our candidate be? Will it be someone who has a proven record of fighting Washington, fighting the spending? Who do you trust up on that stage to actually get rid of Obamacare? I wrote the bill. I brought 40,000 Americans to fight against Obamacare. I will be that president that gets rid of it, and no one should forget, we have one chance. Only one, and it's 2012. If we don't get rid of Obamacare in 2012, it will be with us forever. And so you have people on that stage that put into place a similar Obamacare plan. You have people on that stage who were all in favor of the individual health care mandate. Do we honestly believe that they're going to do an about-face and stand up against all the crony capitalists in Washington? Because the pressure will be phenomenal. We need someone with a real strength of backbone to stand up, and I will. I did, and I will.
Why the polls where they are now, do you think? I mean, I think that's why some people are doing that. Is the message to your supporters, ignore the polls right now?
No, you know what I think part of the problem is? It really has to do with the media, and the media chooses who the candidate will be. And so the media takes a look, and if they don't cover you, then you're not in the media. And so it's really a function of who do they cover and who do they not cover. I'm available, I'm willing, but I'm really doing the very hard work, which is being on the ground. Now remember, at this time in the cycle last time, it was Rudy Giuliani and Fred Thompson who were the ones who everyone were convinced would be the nominee. But John McCain stayed on the ground. He kept his nose to the grindstone, and he met with people on the ground. That's exactly what I'm doing. And so I won the Iowa straw poll. No one thought I would win the Iowa straw poll. You didn't see the media hovered around me nonstop, but I won. And I think that there is something very historic also about my candidacy. And there's a lot of special interests that don't want to see me in Washington, because I will fight the special interests and the crony capitalism, because that's what the tax code is used for. That's why there is 3.8 million words in the tax code. It's to pay off political donors. And that system I have fought. I'm a tax lawyer. I've fought that system, and I'm going to fight it as President of the United States. So they don't want to see me president, all the crony capitalists.
Let's talk about real jobs right now, your economic plan. Another terrible jobs report. I mean, here we go again. What would real jobs right now do to turn this economy around?
Number one, it would create millions of high-paying jobs. People can go to MicheleBachmann.com. That's my website. Real Jobs right now is my plan. It's more than a tax plan. But let me tell you about my tax plan. I take a page out of what has worked, not an unproven theory, but Ronald Reagan's flatter, fairer, simpler tax code. That's essentially what I want to do, but it goes farther than Ronald Reagan. I believe that every American should pay something, because 53% of Americans pay federal income tax. 47% pay zero federal income tax. Everyone benefits from this magnificent country. Everyone should pay something. Even if it's $10 a year, everyone needs to be invested and pay something. So I believe that everyone should pay taxes, but then I will repeal Obamacare and Dodd-Frank. I'll legalize American energy. You know all about that, Scott, in North Dakota. We'll create 1.4 million jobs almost overnight, and I'll build the fence on the southern border. That's costing us $113 billion a year to deal with the cost of illegal immigration. I will not only enforce those laws that are on the books, I'll make sure that English is the official language, and I will also get behind legislation so that we no longer are giving citizenship to illegal aliens who come into the United States and give birth to a baby. That baby will no longer automatically be an American citizen or have access to welfare benefits. That's why we're spending $113 billion a year in part. So I will do these very tough things that have to be done.
By the way, we will be the next Greece if this or some version of it is not implemented soon, will we not?
Of course we will, because Greece is in the process of defaulting on their debt. We have our own Greece. We have Freddie and Fannie. They were the epicenter of the subprime mortgages and the economic meltdown. And just this week, Freddie asked for, the government agency, asked for $6 billion in bailout, the same week when they gave their executives $13 million in bonuses. See, this is the crony capitalism that I have fought for 5 years. As President of the United States, I will pull the plug on Freddie and Fannie. We won't be giving them another dime of taxpayer money. That's what we need, a bold, strong, proven president. That's what I'll be. Because we have to cut the spending and begin with crony capitalism.
Mitt Romney clearly can't make the sale with the electorate here. That his numbers have stayed the same. Now you have a food fight between Herman Cain and Rick Perry, and the issue one day is how the Cain camp is handling it. The next day, whether the Perry camp was involved. Do you think this current swirl going on helps your candidacy right now?
Well, people are looking for an adult in the room. That's what I am. I'm 55 years old. I came from below poverty to becoming a federal tax lawyer and a job creator. I'm married 33 years. My husband and I have raised 28 great kids, 5 of our own and 23 foster children. I have worked in the United States Congress. I led the Tea Party caucus. I brought 40,000 Americans to Washington to fight against Obamacare. I have a proven lifetime record of a core of conviction and a champion for what people are looking for. That's what they want now, because we can't be fooled again. We've put so many people in office that have disappointed us. People will have no surprises with me, Scott.
No,
I'm a proven actor.
Speaking of that, you've said that we can't afford to have any surprises from our candidate, clearly referring to the Herman Cain situation. Do you think the story, the issue here is how Herman Cain and his campaign have handled this, their response to a scandal, or is it a politico hatchet job by the media?
I think the real problem is how inconsistent he's been on issues. Now, this is significant. There's been 10 instances in the last couple of months where he's changed his positions on significant issues. On the issue of pro-life, he said government shouldn't intervene to protect life, and then he switched and said no, they should. He said he wasn't for the marriage amendment. Then he said he was. Then he said that he would allow the terrorists to go out of Guantanamo Bay. In other words, he would release the terrorists. Then he changed his mind and said no. He just said this week that China was developing a nuclear weapon. They've had one for 47 years. He said that 999 would be equitable and fair. Then he changed it to 909 after people called out his errors. So this has gone on with at least 10 different issues. The same, there's a change on Israel. On 10 different issues, he's been inconsistent. That's what the real issue is with Herman Cain's campaign. The fact that he's switched his positions when he found out that they weren't acceptable by the people who were voting. That should really give people pause. Everyone loves him. Who doesn't? He has a great personality. But this is the leader of the free world. that we're talking about. We're in very dangerous times when it comes to our national security and very dangerous times economically. We need to know that our President of the United States is going to go in there and do bold things and know what they're talking about and be consistent. That's what I bring that no other candidate brings. That's why I am set apart, and it's why we can't settle.
We're going to let you go. Great champion for the Tea Party grassroots cause, our friend Michele Bachmann. God bless you. Stay safe on the trail.
God bless you. Bye, Scott. God bless you. Bye, Scott. God bless you. Bye, Scott.